Hello everyone. So I decided to renew my channel and to start uploading videos again, because the last few years there have been very few, and I've been in several places. However, I did record a lot of videos, but I never uploaded them. So yeah, now at the moment I'm on the island of Réunion. It is a French overseas department, fully integrated in France and EU. It's 3rd of February, which in Europe is like the middle of the winter, but here, because we are on the other side of the equator, it's actually the hottest time of the year. It's the middle of the summer, and the children just had their summer holiday. So Réunion is a relatively small island, several hundred kilometers, maybe 6 or 7, east of the coast of Madagascar. Madagascar actually is straight over there in that direction, several hundred kilometers, as I said. And behind Madagascar is Africa, of course. On the opposite direction, behind my back, is the island of Mauritius, which is way more famous. So the water is in the lagoon is very, very warm. It's nearly 30 degrees, which is amazing. There is probably something like that too. And yeah, it's a very pleasant and nice place. It's kind of different. It's not the stuff from the Caribbean where I got used here. The few coconut palms, just few in between, and the local beaches are covered with something else that superficially looks like a pine tree, but it's actually related to the walnuts, and it's called Casuarina. So the island is, as I said, fully integrated in the European Union in France department, overseas department. There are regular several flights a day from the mainland France, from Paris. The tickets are not very expensive, maybe 300-400 euros one way. It's about 12 hours to cross all that distance. The island is about 800,000 people, so not a lot, and it's not very big. It's kind of not very close to the equator, and in the winter here it's warm, of course, but not as hot as now. Probably the temperature will drop like to 20-22 degrees, and the water to 20-24. What else interesting is, of course, the sharks. The island is notorious for its shark attacks. It's called the shark capital of the world, and relatively the highest number of shark attacks and shark fatalities of the world. So some places have more, like Australia, but considering they're way bigger, it's kind of strange and unusual to have so many sharks in one small place. One of the explanations is that the island it's kind of like a peak of underwater mountain, several kilometers tall, and several of the shark species, like the great white shark, are pelagic, and they just swim against the island unexpectedly for themselves even. However, despite the sharks, the beach is well populated, and there are a lot of people, nearly always. There is shark net over there where this, by the way, the waves where we can see further over there, several hundred meters away, where the coral reefs kind of close the lagoon, and in some places there is an entrance over there, and somebody installed a net, and on top of that there are several security posts that observe, and if they share in the lagoon for some reason, it can enter from time to time. They start advising the people and try to chase it away, and even a few years ago they used it to kill them, to kill them, to lower their numbers, because up to like 5 or 10 years ago there were regularly every year 2 or 3 attacks with some fatalities. So since I've been here, there was like once a month something like it's not accident near miss, a shark in the lagoon, and we had to get out of the water and just wait until we have clear to enter again. So the island is way more European-like than all other tropical French territories. So it's nothing like the Caribbean islands or Mayotte. It feels like just some French village that was transplanted in the middle of the Indian Ocean. This around us is the Indian Ocean, of course. Some French village with coconut palms, of course. Another thing interesting for the island is there is a very active, one of the most active volcanoes in the world, La Fournaise, Piton de la Fournaise, which erupts every few years, and probably you've seen it in some news or something like that, how the lava enters the water and goes across roads and stuff. They of course rebuild them again very fast, and everything is very nice. So it's now a touristic attraction where you can climb every day, of course if there is a clear sky, which now it's another thing interesting. It's always like that. It's some clouds. Usually over the sea there are no clouds, but when you turn back it's like really cloudy. It looks like there's going to be storm, but it's just like that, which makes it very nice, because for a place that is like 20 to 3 degrees from the equator, it provides shade, and you can't really burn like in other places where there are no clouds. And the breeze also makes it kind of not so hot and pleasant. So yeah, as I said, if the skies are clear, and they are clear from time to time, you can climb the volcano, or the highest peak of the island, Piton de Neige, the snowy peak, which is over 3,000 meters, and it's kind of difficult to climb up. There's several very picturesque villages around it. Silaus, Salazie, Mafat, for which I will do some video later. Another interesting thing for the island is here where I am, it's kind of dry, but on the other side of the island, near the commune of Saint Rose, it's one of the wettest places on the earth. It holds the Guinness record for most rain in 24 hours. But here on that side, on the beach mostly, probably there are like 5 rainy days in the year. Other than that, what else interesting? The beaches essentially are not so many, there are very few. There's essentially one very big beach that is like separated in 2 or 3 sections. Over there, from where I am, it basically starts to the end. It's called Plage de l'Ermitage. Like it's probably the most famous and visited plage on Réunion. On the left side, it's called Plage de la Saline. And after that there is a substantial gap to the next village, Saint-Loup, where there is some small beach that you you can swim, and after that you have to drive up to Saint-Pierre for the next beach. So there are not many beaches around. However, the quality is not bad. The only thing that I don't like is that there are no palms and no shade on the sand, and there are a lot of sharp corals. In some places, of course, in many places it's pretty good, like here. So the next interesting thing is there are a lot of tropical coral, very colorful fishes around, which I've seen, and I'll make some video about them some of the next days. There are a lot of fishes, and I don't know, probably it's even more interesting if you are brave enough to enter the open ocean on the other side, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's better to stay here in the lagoons. The lagoons are pretty well closed, and nothing like sharks or anything like that can enter inside. So this is one of the things. I would say stay in the lagoons. Here it's not recommended to swim out of the lagoons, and not only the sharks, but they have very big waves, which makes it very attractive for the surface, but yeah, there are sharks. What else interesting? I can't think of anything else now. So yeah, I'll go to swim a bit to enjoy the weather, and yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.